you guys think that fasting is important and why?
Fasting is very, very important because what fasting does is it's sort of I see it as a very humbling element of our Christian walk. Why I say it's humbling is because most times when you fast, that's when you understand, if you're very honest with yourself, that's when you understand sometimes the problems you have with your flesh. And when you deprive yourself of, even food, do you get it? When you deprive yourself of just eating, you're able to understand what is really wrong with you and how you can actually begin a journey of working on it. Do you know what I'm saying? So someone gave an analogy that when you fast, it's like you're using the toilet analogy in one of the episodes. And it's basically that there's a lot of things that's clogged up. When you take yourself away from natural things of life and the flesh and you give the spirit that time to extensively work on you during that fast, it begins to cleanse a lot of the things. To get it. So that's why fasting is important. If you sometimes you need that deep spiritual cleansing because like that consecration, that just that time off, just time off everything. Sometimes you can even be doing well as a Christian, like you're doing okay, everything's going well, your everything's calm, you're going to church, you're serving God, you're okay. But sometimes just take some 5 days off and just go and spend time with God without any social media, without any food. Just take time off and just build up your spirit. And sometimes it's those elements where God will even show you that there's this thing that you do, this thing that you do. You don't even realize you do it, but here's what's going on. And it's just that time of just that consecration.
So fasting can show you that your deeper roots that you don't really even recognize.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah. No, bro, I definitely agree, man. I think also fasting, I'll say for two reasons. Two reasons. I'll say to hear God, to be sure of the voice of God. You don't need to fast to hear God, but it'll be a lot more helpful to actually be sure of the voice of God. Yeah. And another one, I do believe to actually see a higher level of like the spiritual. So for example, you might actually have, every single person has at least one of the gifts from 1 Corinthians 12. So let's say for example, the gift of healing. So let's say for example, Rebecca, you have the gift of healing, and you might, just because you have the gift, let's say for example, you might have the gift of healing and you might pray for someone to be healed, but let's say for example, they might actually not be healed because you pray for them. But let's say another person has the gift of healing, the same that you have, and they pray for the gift of, and they pray for that person's healing, and that person is healed. Sometimes it might just be a thing where you weren't able to do it because you didn't live a life of praying and fasting. So you see when Jesus said this, when he was talking about
the demon. This one is only by fasting and praying. Yeah.
And so I don't think the fasting meant as in you had to fast for this, but essentially it had to be a lifestyle of praying and fasting. And so essentially fasting basically brings you to a higher level of the gift that you're manifesting, or the gift that you're using, and the gift that God has given you.